Welcome back, MTG Joe here, and we've had our first round of kind of tournaments or results come out from the new set, Zendikar Rising. At this point, you're probably well aware of the menace that is 4-color Omnath. So that's just kind of a absurd Genesis Ultimatum deck. So this list we're playing today here is pretty much like for like to the one that Tom Maxwell won with on the Hooglandia Open. So he went 9-1 with the list. So I'm playing pretty much identical with just a couple personal preference changes. Their list is playing for Kazandu Mammoth. I like to have a couple more 1-drops just to get Cleave out earlier. So Fireblade Charger is the one I'm using. It when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power. So if you have like a pump effect with like Rimrock Knight or like Embercleave on top of it, it kind of works with that as well. But otherwise, this is a Gruul aggro deck, but it has an adventure sub-theme. So you have Edgewall Innkeeper, Rimrock Knight, Bonecrusher, and Lovestruck. So that'll draw you some cards that way. Some Robber of the Riches, Scavenging Ooze to attack the graveyards. Kazandu Mammoth could be a creature or a land, and then you have Questing Beasts on the top end, and then 4 Cleaves because we're taking them to Cleveland. So it's looking to kind of curve out aggressively and then smash in. This deck's actually kind of cool because you're an aggro deck that's playing 16 lands, but then you're also playing like Turntimber Symbiosis that can help you late game to find more creatures. You can put like Robber of Riches with counters on it, make it a 5/5 haste, which is kind of cool. Then you have Shatterskull Smashing as well in the main, and then Kazandu Mammoth. So you're 16, 20, 23, 25 lands in an aggro deck, but really you don't necessarily need to cast them as lands. I've won some games with Shatterskull Smashing just as removal. In the sideboard, kept it pretty much the same, except I switched. They were playing 3 Garruks. I put in 1 Vivien. I like the card advantage Vivien provides, as well as consistent tokens. But really what we're trying to do here, we have our Redcap Melees versus like the aggro matchups, Thundering Rebuke as general removal, Klothys versus the Grandier matchups, Garruk's and Vivien is like card advantage. Also the Trample could be relevant. Some Gargaroths when we need to go big, and then some more Primal Mights. Depending on what we're looking at, we might want to shave down a Primal Might for like another Redcap, but we'll play out some games. I was on a pretty bad streak. Friday evening, I felt like I was at like a 20% win rate. No matter what deck I picked up, couldn't win. So we will pop back into the ladder. Peaked at like 400 in the Mythics, and then just kind of fell down to 93%, so slowly making our way back up. So play first. This hand is great. No 1-drop, but I think we're fine anyways. So let's keep here. Probably just going to go... Okay, opponent's on Lurrus. So this might be cycling. We'll see. Something like either like a Lovestruck would be good here. Probably gonna just go land here and then Bonecrusher, whatever their early play is. If they don't play out anything, then we'll Rimrock, and then I can Bonecrush it after. So just play this out. I could stomp whatever they play out, and then just attack in with Rimrock. So I actually want this as a red source. Let's just kill this. Play this out, and now we're just going to try to get Questing Beast down. Don't give him a chance to stumble. Or give them, yeah, just punish them. Okay, so they're on some sort of rogues. They might be more aggressive with Lurrus, so we don't have to worry about some of their bigger stuff. So this matchup, Thundering Rebukes come in. Probably get rid of some number of Rimrock. They don't really do much here. Vivien's really good against flyers. Question is, do we want Gargaroth? They're probably going to be playing like a number of... Actually, Klothys might be good as well. Maybe instead of this, trim down a Cleave, go up Klothys. Kazandu's still fine. I think we keep everything else. Maybe trim down a Questing Beast, because this can target our own graveyard, so it turns off the 8 cards. Let's try it like that. Also, they're a Lurrus deck, so targeting their graveyard's probably good. But that's really what the deck's set to go off with. Wasn't the best start from us. Okay, so this hand's fine. Let's go green. Eddie here. So I have Thundering Rebuke. I can also Primal Might fight something. Okay, so Vantress Gargoyle can't do anything right now. Oh, I thought this can't block. Oh, 7. Ah, shit. That was my mistake. I was an idiot. I thought I couldn't block. It's just the attack. Read the cards. That was my mistake. Well, that sets us back a bit. Let's just do it like this. It doesn't let me cleave, but I'm probably going to go Kazandu Mammoth. Probably see a flash threat here or some sort of removal. Ruin Crab. See what they do. Maybe it's just Lurrus in hand. Because I kind of want to kill this. Okay, just Blood Chief's Thirst. So a little bit of a snowball. Let's play Kazandu here. Hope no more removal, but looks like it. Yeah. They've hit a lot of our stuff right now. So it's like blue-black mill with Lurrus. Okay, Bonecrusher's pretty good here. They can cast the Vantress Gargoyle. Yeah, my only concern is with the land count. I'm probably going to cut it now and bring Rimrock back in. It can attack through these crabs. So we can do this to get rid of Lurrus, but then they have Vantress Gargoyle, which is probably still fine. Because then next turn I can go Bonecrusher. And then I can use the Bonecrusher to Primal Might on Vantress Gargoyle. So this can't block, but I think we wait till next turn. Partially just because I don't want this to die. Like, they'll attack me for 5. If I draw a land, I can also Embercleave. Cacophony. That was a top deck. Okay, we got Questing Beast as well. Got 15 cards in library. I think we just try to kill him. Thieves Guild. It's actually okay, because I could Embercleave whatever they block with the Thieves Guild. Soaring Thought Thief. Okay, so we know they don't have removal. And that is lethal. So opponent can't mill us out in time. Kind of cool take by the opponent. Slightly different version of mill. Or it's like mill rogues. So our early punt of not reading the gargoyle thankfully didn't come back and bite us. How's the new set running for you folks? Anything exciting you're playing? Anything non-4-color Omnath? We're going to try Gabriel Nassif's been playing a Dimir control deck. It's kind of the first control deck I've seen that I've actually liked out of the new set. We'll keep this hand. So I'm going to play this tapped. We're a ways away and I want to cast these on curve. Okay, so this might be Nassif's list. Could just be rogues. No, so this is the Dimir control deck. So they probably have removal here. So I'm just going to play this out regular. Keeping this exiled is actually probably beneficial. Okay, yes, and scatter. That's good. It's one more card for our Questing Beast later. Edgewall. I think we jam here. Okay, Essence Scatter's not going to do a huge amount. Because even if they're taking every turn to answer Questing Beasts, it's kind of beneficial. We're going to get rid of these Primal Mights. Blood Chief's Thirst. Keep the Symbiosis for later. Probably getting countered here. The mirror deck will be good. Mono removal. Probably counterspell. Another neutralize. Let's actually play this out. I doubt I'm going to be able to cast a 7-mana sorcery against them. Because the thing is, I can't even cast this Primal Might. But now I can. Let's go get a red source. So X5, you fight you. Eddie's all grown up. So it's definitely a Klothys in matchup. The Planeswalkers will come in as well. Okay. Just gotta hope for some top decks. If it resolves, I get at least a point of damage in. Unless they have Extinction Event. I'm using a Aggro already. Okay, so Maze Might's Tome will draw him cards, gain him life. Do we get to cleave? Nope, not today. It's effectively 4 life plus likely a removal spell. Okay, bottom's good. They've used now 3 neutralize. Their win conditions are 2 Ashioks, 1 of those elemental lands, and 3 Shark Typhoons. Another Robber would be nice. Alright. Can we take them to Cleveland? Because then... Okay, they're digging. Easy prey. That was a quick keep on their part. Hasty threats. Robber would be nice. Another Fireblade because it gets haste. Lovestruck. Okay, Kazandu. Okay, they're scrying. Bottom, bottom? Bottom, bottom sounds good. Top, bottom. Okay. Well, doesn't bode well. I will give props. The opponent's playing it quite quickly for a control deck. Okay, I gain 4 life here. Can be a Shark Typhoon. Yeah. So we'll get through some damage. At this point we just 11 lands left in our deck, so lands are a bad draw. The Symbiosis, also we can't cast it, so probably not what we want right now. I think we hold this. If I draw Symbiosis, then I'll shock it in, but this gives me 4 damage to like an Ashiok or something. We're in a pretty bad spot though. Okay, so now since we drew that, we'll cast this. So I'm okay attacking here. Aggro's mauling. Okay, so Lundy's Vision. This deck's pretty miserable to play against. We know they have the counter, we just need to cast into their counter. It takes them off mana. They can still Castle Vantress here. We want to avoid a Shark Typhoon. Okay, bottom's good. We're down to 6. Frantic Inventory. Okay, so they have their Ashiok. Robber one time. Nope. So we probably lost, but we still have 1 Questing Beast left. What'd they hit? Rimrock, Lovestruck. Hardcast Typhoon. Yeah, now we probably lost. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deals twice X. So target. See if this resolves. Like Frantic Inventory. Not bad. Still don't think we have much of a chance. So main board, they only have 1 extinction event. They play 3 in the side. Okay, well. Opponent has played a whole bunch of fun. They play a spell, we're dead, but we'll see. If we get equipped there, it gets haste. Okay, maybe no spell. Okay, so we have 1 more turn to try to get them. Robber of Riches has haste. Questing Beast has haste. Lovestruck Beast is not what we need there. Alright, so this is a all on hands matchup. Primal Might could come out. Rimrock, probably trim one. Trim a cleave. I just want to keep like maximize threats. I think we trim a Shatterskull. Run it like that. Gargaroth gets answered too easily. So we're probably just going to want to mix it up a bit. Turns out the deck that plays... Here, I have the deck. This is the one we're going to run next. So if you haven't seen it, this is the deck. Gabriel, Nassif, and Croakies are playing it right now, but like it's literally just counter spells and removal. And then like Ashiok to kind of win the game. So they're going to have another Blood Chiefs, eliminate Heartless Axe coming in, 3 extinction events. No 1-drop hurts here, but I don't want to mulligan against the deck that's all removal. The Dimir deck Warlock, or the deck we're playing right now. The deck we're playing right now won the Hooglandia Open yesterday. They went 9-1. The Dimir deck, it seems good. Like, has most answers to things in the format. Yeah, like, you're probably going to get... But the thing is, they still have a lot of removal in the deck. No land there hurts. Because, like, the big thing against the Genesis Ultimatum Omnath decks is you have a lot of counters main. And then, like, they're playing a lot of the spell lands as well. Like, this game here, the opponent's literally just mono removal against us. Really missing the land there. If we could have gone Garruk there, it would have been really good. Get that going. We can eat one of our things. It doesn't even matter. Missing the land here is hurt. Cast trigger, draws us a card. Okay, if we could get Klothys going, could be a way. The Shark Typhoon here. Okay. Do that. Actually humorous, like just not hitting a land 15, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we can start eating away at their graveyard. They are hitting everything. This is awkward because I can't even cast the full thing. Literally any untapped land. They were tapped out that turn. We could have gone in, smashed a lot. But now we're going to have a hard time racing them. Playing this out because if they have removal, it's harder. Like they take 2 points of damage. Okay. They wasted an extinction event there. Three points of damage kind of hurts here. So I could pump here, or I can make a token. If I make a token, like this, the pump is worse around a removal spell, but then it dies on the attack. I think we just try to do this. This is where, like, if we had Vivien, okay, kill Garruk there. Just force them. Essence capture. So like this, they need Brazen Borrower, which I don't think they brought in against us. Generally speaking, Brazen Borrower against Gruul's not that good. Can't block anything. Okay. Took him out there. Do we want the Gargaroths? Probably not. Probably want Rimrock. I'm not in love with the Mammoth. I actually don't think I love Cleave in this matchup. Like, it's unlikely we're going to consistently be able to get it off. Like we saw game one, they just killed everything. This is probably going to be more of the same. Keep. Let's go Fireblade Charger. Next turn I go Rimrock and Innkeeper. Play out Rimrock next turn. They're kind of priced into killing the Edgewall. Otherwise I draw a card. And they have to do it now, which lets them tap out. So they don't do that. Oh, they might be setting up for Extinction Event. Just have that enter tapped. This will go get me a mountain next turn. Okay, if they eliminate into Extinction Event, then it's kind of annoying. But then I can Garruk. Yep. I think I'd rather get Garruk going right now. Because they have to decide between killing Garruk and killing the beast. If I draw another land, then I can Embercleave it. Okay, easy prey. Or Bloodchief's Thirst there. It's actually interesting how we want to approach this. I think we just maximize damage this turn. Because then I can, if they kill this, then I can play Fireblade out and then give it haste. I think we hold on to this as kind of a sleeper card. Play out the Scavenging Ooze next turn. Symbiosis is good too. I can play this out equipped to the thing. They need 2 removal spells this way. Then I can follow it up with Scavenging Ooze. Because this is 7 damage if they don't interact. Okay, if they shark here... think we play out 2 threats. I haven't McNevo. I'm missing a couple of the 3/1 warriors. Shit. We were hoping to play around Extinction Event. Okay, our deck's got a bunch of hasty creatures. Hasty creature off the top. Yeah, once I get the cards, I'll do it. Klothys would be good. So we have 4 robbers still. Bonecrusher would be good. Klothys would be good. Questing Beast. Like, we got a lot of our deck that's still alive. This might be Gadwick. Yeah, I've opened up like 120, 130 packs now. And I still like missing a lot of the stuff. I have a lot of like the teamer based stuff as well as like Dimir. But I'm missing a lot of like the party mechanic stuff, the black-white cards. It's been a good match regardless. There's been a lot of back and forth here. Okay, opponent's deciding. This could be Ashiok. Gadwick 2. Hoping to find kill spell or some way to tap down at instant speed. I don't think they play opt. Okay, but that does open up a bit. They are dead to Bonecrusher. I sometimes just do them off stream. Like, I bought some the other night. Okay, so let's get him to tap out here. So they bought themselves a turn. Just 2 frantic inventory, or just 1? Opponents use 6 more minutes of clock than us. Okay, that bodes well. That means they don't have an answer. Extinction Event is their best draw right now. Clears out the board, lets them attack into Garruk. It's pretty impressive. It's 7 lands, and they still can't get castle into play untapped. Sick. GG. Good game. Wow, that took a while. McEvo, thanks for the Prime support. Appreciate it. Man, playing that Dimir game went like half an hour. Well, speaking of packs, let's crack a pack, see what we get. Oh, free money. Free money, folks. Okay, so we are going to save because we want that free money. Shouldn't have cracked the pack so early. Appreciate it. We will get some more packs. So today we're playing Adventure Gruul. This is pretty much the list that won the Hooglandia Open. What we are doing is a couple of just switches. I really liked Fireblade Charger in the list. We saw just being able to equip the Cleave and give it haste has been really relevant. I may be inclined to go up another copy instead of Rimrock Knight. I haven't been through, like, Rimrock draws us cards, but it's felt pretty shitty otherwise. Let's try 3 of those. Sideboard, the only change I did was they were playing, let me switch views. They were playing 3 Garruks. I went 1 Vivien. I like Vivien's constant tokens, as well as card advantage off the top. If we're seeing more of that Dimir list, we may want like stickier threats, but I like the haste, like having pseudo haste here, a couple things there. Okay, let me restart the client. We'll do 1 more. Didn't Spectacle rotate, like light up the stage, stuff like that? That was in Ravnica, or is there a specific? I'm still getting used to some of the new card names. I've played just way too much rogues. I've been forcing it. Okay, let's run 1 more with this list. Hopefully not run into Dimir again. I'm actually surprised we won the post-board matchups, not the game 1. Like, the fact the opponent was literally mono removal post-board. Konami. Klothys seems really good against that matchup. Alright, we'll keep this. Edgewall on 1, Stomp on 2. Yeah, I still play this out. It's a 4-color Omnath. Do it, player Scorpion. Confounding Conundrum. This is not the deck opponent that you thought I was. I think we just get Charger. To be honest, I didn't have a whole ton of subs. I'm gonna look into it. With the whole COVID thing, it's been a bit hectic with just the day-to-day stuff with work, so even just like volume of streaming. But I'll take a look into it. It's a good point. So is this just Jeskai control? I think we just go big. No, 4-color Omnath. Cleave off the top would be very good. Oh, ask and you will receive. Do it. Do it. Block it. Block Bonecrusher. I think we gotta take Omnath off the table. Because that deals another 2 here. Our mana base this game's been a little painful. But I can go QB next turn. Obviously they draw a second Omnath because Omnaths come in tribes. Getting ready for Fabled Passage, crack Fabled Passage, get 5 mana, play Hellkite. Yeah. 4-color Omnath is objectively the best deck right now. It's Escape to the Wilds. Fell at our retreat. Okay. I'll just attack like this. They have to decide now how they want to block. So you're going to see a couple variants. There's the ones that are playing Fell at our Retreat. They usually play 1 main board, 2 to 3 in the sideboard. There's also the ones that Primal Might's actually pretty decent here. Oh, I'll message you after, McEvo. We can see what's up. Because my wife, too, she does some graphics, like all the stuff on the channel, my logo and stuff. She had done it for me. So her contract for work's coming up in the next 2 weeks. Kind of the whole reason why we've been a little busier, just trying to figure out what life looks like hereafter. Okay, so we start off thanks, I appreciate it. We start off by equipping. You fight you. So that does put a card in there for Omnath, but I think we need to do it anyways. Because this is 12 damage coming through. Wow, take the damage. So I could play this land. I think we just hold it. Alright. Let's see their Ugin. Probably just make a lot of tokens here. Nope, just Ugin. Ugin, wipe the board. So we actually might have a shot here because we have Robber plus equipped Cleave. So if they -3, if they don't have a land afterwards, which they likely do, or they might just try to kill us here. That's 8. Thankfully, their other two... Oh, they got it all, folks. So, interesting to see what they do with this Ugin here. Awesome, Makivo. I'll whisper you if anything. I'm gonna talk to my wife hopefully today. See, appreciate it. Have a good one. Okay, well, they do need to block this. I'm dead now, though. They just escaped this arrow back. We needed to have 2 more mana in play. Let's bring in the removal. I don't like the Primal Mights. Let's bring in a Klothys. Trim a Cleave. Gargaroth probably isn't where we want to be. Similarly, Lovestruck. Lovestruck's probably fine. Let's cut Rimrock. And Shatter. No, that still could get rid of something. Maybe the Kazandu or one Symbiosis. Run it like that. Is it better to... No, it's probably not better to cut a land. Or maybe just cut one of these, keep the Symbiosis. I think I want 2 Klothys. And Lovestruck. Okay, let's do it like that. Let's try this out. This 4-color Omnath deck's pretty bullshit, though. They just, like, spew Genesis ultimatums. Like, we kind of had them early, but can't beat the ultimatum there. I don't love this hand. Okay, we'll keep this. I think we put back Questing Beast. Because ideally I draw another land, I can shock this in for the Robber. Okay, it's a decent one to get out of the way. If we can dodge a Lotus Cobra, I'd be pretty happy. That's great. Stomp ya. I think we're getting Forest here. Klothys will come down, start eating their graveyard. Okay, Bonecrusher. Do we actually just do this? And then Klothys? Because, like, now I can Lovestruck, even if they play Bonecrusher Giant. I can pressure them that way. And if they play Uro this turn, then I can Scavenging Ooze and eat the Uro. Yeah, that works out nice. Their damage is usually also 4 damage, so it can't hit the Lovestruck Beast. They can hit this human token, though. Oh, especially if they missed a land. That was like best case for them. How many cards? 4. This is the safer line, obviously. Klothys long run is better. Three cards. Let's do this. There's a very real chance I get Ugin this turn. Maybe we shouldn't have done that. If we could dodge Ugin this turn, then I'm kind of happy with where we're at. They did miss a land that previous turn off Uro. They've had 3 draws now. So they would have drawn for the turn, for the Omnath for the turn. I think ultimately we're not beating the Ugin, just based on how this game's played out. Okay, so Fabled I retreat. That's fine. I would really love like a Redcap Melee or Cleave. So I'm going to leave the creatures for the Ooze to eat. Do I commit more to the board is the question. Because like I can rebuild pretty nicely. Otherwise, one, two, three, four, five, six. Let's try this. They need like Lotus Cobra shenanigans to go. Kind of surprised they took that hit. So I can target my own Redcap Melee to do the damage this turn, and that leaves me 2 eats to make this 5 power. Okay, Uro takes them up to 12. They probably just play out the Bonecrusher Giant here. Interesting. They went big instead of wide. Okay, let's get rid of Uro. This might be enough. Xaxes. Xaxes. Okay. Felt good. So they got the Spike Field hazards, so we gotta be mindful of that. The Lovestrucks feel a little loose, so maybe keep a couple Primal Mights. No, actually, let's trim on a Lovestruck and go Thundering Rebuke, just play the full 4. Do we want the Planeswalkers? I don't think so. They don't seem particularly good in this matchup. Like making a 3-3 versus their 4-4s feels like a losing proposition. I think we just run it like this. We just gotta hope that our removal lines up. Mind Flare, thanks for the follow. Appreciate the support. This hand is very awkward, but we're on the draw. We have multiple removal spells early. Untap land. I want an untap land. Okay, nothing there bodes well. That's kind of good because that means it's a turn earlier or later that they have to Genesis Ultimatum. It's probably just Uro. Okay. Not the end of the world. Let's fetch red here. So I'd love another land so that way I can robber and hold up the Redcap Melee. We don't play many. Perfect. Because really the card I'm worried about here is Omnath. So you want to do this with the trigger on the stack so they don't get the landfall effects. I'd really like a Scavenging Ooze or a Klothys just to start taking out stuff from this Uro. And of note, they're at least 3 turns from Genesis unless they get some landfall shenanigans. The very worst, I have to use 2 spells and I can take Uro off the table. Four cards. 5. Wow. They used a lot there. think we just stomp this now. They're going to escape the arrow back anyways. Let's not give them any landfall triggers. So all they left in is another Uro. Kazandu Mammoth. It's not great value, but I feel like I need to do this. I'm gonna play this tapped. Lets me cleave next turn. Okay. There are a couple turns from this Uro. The set's been really good with this deck. I've really enjoyed it. Scooze is a nice follow-up. So if you're not familiar with Death Touch and Trample, you only need to assign 1 point of damage, so the rest of the damage goes over the top. Okay. Next turn, Scavenging Ooze, eat the 2 Uros out of their graveyard. Sick! Forget about it. 4-color Omnath takes us into the numbers from 97%. Deck is gas. Alrighty.